Welcome everyone, my name is Paula Phillips, also known as JournalArtista, and this hot mess is my couch art kit. So I'm going to show you what's in it now, and then I'm going to need your help. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is a live show over on ustream.tv. So there are people live watching in the chat. We'd love you to join us over here on ustream.tv as well. So I would need your guys' help, those of you that are in chat. I need to switch up my kit. So I'm going to put this off to the side and we'll look at it in a second. Because I do a lot of, oh boy. Craft the lynch with the art kit. So I do a lot of art on the couch, especially in this book. This is the one that fits in my Midori. But if you look at this one, as well as, if you look at the pages in these two books, you'll see that my camera is way off. Excuse me for a second. I have obviously not changed to my new camera because I have to MacGyver some stuff. Hey, Sandy. So you'll be able to see, I'll just quickly flip through some of these. We've seen them before, but you'll notice that there are a lot of the same colors, the same stencils. Not the stickers. I'll always use those stickers, but there are the same stickers, that's for sure. But, there are lots of the same color of blue, the same color of green. This is my favorite page. I was 50 Shades of Grumpy Pants. Hi, Army Linda. Hey, Barb. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Annabelle. So, same, always that shades of teal and this violet blue that I showed you guys yesterday. What's that one called? Light blue violet. Oh, there's the elastic from my Midori. Okay, so that when I was downtown with Carrie. See, again, same colors. Lots of the same colors and stencilage. So then I went on to the next month. So this was February. This is March, and I'm sorely behind. So I'll just quickly go through. But again, same color palettes. It is. See, it's Carrie's fault. These are Carrie's color palettes, and she did a stream. I don't know how long ago was that, Carrie? A couple months ago. Not the last one you did, but anyway, she did a stream with her color palette, and I've been using it ever since. But I did add the odd little purple. I think that goes well with it too. So you'll see a lot of the same stuffage. So what I want to do is, that was from a stream, is maybe switch it up a little bit. Hey Vicky, good to see you. Hi Jeannie. And it's not that I'm opposed to these colors. I'm still going to have some of these colors, I think, in my couch art kit, but maybe I'll just need to switch it up slightly. I mean, not all the time it's the same colors, right? But you can definitely see. And usually I'm more of a blue person, right? If you look at some of my older journals, I've got lots of just blue, not a whole bunch of this greens and such. So, that being said, and that being shown, this is what I got. I have two main things that I use at the containers that I use. Sherry, I have a YouTube video. We did a show, that book, we did a show a couple Saturdays ago now. It's on YouTube. It's the second latest YouTube video, I think. But I call it a Midori out of a file folder. It'll be easy to find. Hi, Addicted to Crafts. Hi, Anita. Alright, so first thing you'll note, this is a Tupperware container I bought a long time ago. I don't know if they still make them, but it is durable. Like when I say I bought it a long time ago, I'm talking, 15 years. Although 15 years for Tupperware standards is not long, because I think my mom has like 40-year-old Tupperware stuff. So Yeah, Tupperware, but it's just, any plastic container will do. This one actually, like, stays pretty shut. It was really durable. But as you can tell, I use it as a palette. If I'm arting on the couch, anything plastic is fair game, but usually, depending on what I'm working on, it's either this or the, 12 by 12 scrapbook container. Just so that I don't have anything, I don't have a random palette around. I can always, I always know where this is. The less, what's the word I'm trying to say? The less things around me, the better, right? If I don't normally use a palette in my art room either. So if if I'm out on the couch, I'm always worried that I drop the palette on something. It's easier for me to finagle this bad boy than a little palette that might, dogs might step in or some such thing. Uh, what the fluffy? Oh, right. Yeah, my mom still has and there's a matching green one, Linda. My mom still uses them. Nothing wrong with those. All right, so inside, and this started as, I think, my last travel kit. So if you don't, from when I went to Newfoundland. So if you don't, do any art journaling or crafts, whatever type of art you're into, necessarily on the couch, you can look at these ideas and think, I know, Vicky. It's because I don't upload everything to YouTube, and I don't upload it to YouTube right away. But so what you want to do is look up here and go to following, right? If you press follow up there, when you log into Ustream, you go up, you log into Ustream, and then it'll say explore. Am I right, guys? Explore. You click on explore, and there's a drop-down menu, and it'll say following. When you click on following, you'll see all the recorded videos of the people that you like. Or you can just go onto my Ustream channel, that when I'm not live, and normally where you go into chat on up there, it'll also say recorded videos. Right? It'll say vids, social, I think, maybe, and chat. Hey, JZ, is it your birthday today? Hi, Eugene. All right. So a couple things in here. Like I said last night, was it last night when I was talking about, yes, Liquitex Basics? So I got I think it's the 48, whatever the biggest set is of that. And I just had chosen a couple of colors. So you can see that since I put this together in November, can you guys see well enough? I've almost completely used light blue permanent, which you guys know in the bigger tube is one of my favorite colors. Same thing, brilliant yellow green, and brilliant purple, and light blue violet. So I'm using these same colors quite regularly, and they're almost used up. Oh, good. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Carrie. Okay. So as you can see, these are my color. This is the color choices. I don't remember why I chose those colors necessarily, but that's what's in here. So I have some matte medium and clear gesso. So I was saying the other day that I like to buy, yesterday also, I was saying that I like to buy little starter things, like sample things, sample sets when it comes to art supplies. So Try Art, as well as Liquitex and Golden, all have medium sampler sets, or sampler sets that contain mediums, smaller pots of mediums. So it's good, two things. You can try it out, but you can also you can use these for travel, right? Because this is only 2-ounce, little 2-ounce pots. Whether this is Try Art or Golden, they're all 2-ounce pots. So clear gesso and polymer medium, matte medium, they're very similar, except for clear gesso is thicker. All right. So I also have tiny little bottles. Some of these I bought years ago, and a few more of them were given to me from wonderful Laurel. From Ranger Sales. So, any of these little older things I wanted to bring. A lot of the times when I have a couch art kit like this, you know, I want to use stuff up as well. So, hi Kathy. um, so even though like these are almost empty because I've been using this yellow, this yellow's and this orange pretty much empty. But I think this is blank canvas, this is studio matte medium, these are Claudine Helmuth paints that are no longer available. So I think I'll actually still keep those in my kit because, like I said, I don't want them to go old, so I want those little bottles to be used up. Same thing as these Adirondack paints. I bought these ones, as you can tell. Same thing. I like them. They have this tip, right? So what I've been doing is been writing. They have these type of tips. I don't even think that these are available anymore, guys, in this particular type of bottle. Um, but I do have some of those paints that I'll also keep in here because I just, like I said, I want to use them up. But with those type of tips, I've been, doing. Where are we here? I've got my books upside down, stuck together. So these leaves I drew. These leaves, it's actually raised, and that was from the Claudine Helmuth bottle that has like the little tip in there. Excuse me, I need to drink some coffee. So I like to keep those little things like that in my on the couch. I also have some golden fluid acrylic and carbon black. Sometimes it's nice to write if you want to write something with, like with a fine line brush, fine liner, a rigger. I don't know what else you guys call them. I don't know if that's the right word or not. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, Vern. A liner brush to do some writing. It's not as messy as Sumi E ink for traveling or on the couch, which is why I, oh, that's bad news, Sherry. Walmart is the best, but white craft paint can work too. That's right, Carrie. Bust out the white craft paint. Yeah. Palette knife, random craft paint, because I seem to be using this light yellow color a lot. This is apple barrel. I'm using it for drippage, for splots and stuff, but I might have to change that up. Tri-Art, so the same sampler set I got from Tri-Art also had black gesso in it. So we need the black, like the black gesso. Just got a Tombow mono adhesive. That was from traveling. I haven't even used it at all in my kit. But you can see I've been using these palette knives quite a bit. One is Liquitex Freestyle. So I have some, again, I'm trying to use up smaller things. I've had this bad boy for a long time. Like stamping. This is Dreamweaver embossing paste. So it's light molding paste, basically, but it's in a nice little jar. And again, why just let it sit on my shelf? This is a good spot, good place for it. I have my Kai scissors, Kai. These are the original scissors, from back in the day when this is what we used to cut rubber. They are really smooth for cutting rubber. They're actually made for bonsai trees. Alright. Just regular cutter beads, some makeup wedges, more Liquitex paint, more studio paint. Can't go wrong with white distress stain. Love that. One random brush, obviously not used, so it's also a learning. Hey Zandra, sorry you had so many problems tonight. I was there. That's bad news. Yeah, obviously I haven't used my liner brush at all, or my spouncer. And then for traveling, I had bought the Aleene's Tacky Glue at Walmart in this little travel thingamidoo so it doesn't leak. It's actually pretty good. I like it in this kit. Just, every once in a while I have a random bobby pin. Why would I have a bobby pin in here? That's strange. And more of those paints. So, or the Studio and the Adirondack paint. So I'm definitely going to keep those in here. Definitely, I need those. I want to keep using them up. But maybe, I mean, it's spring, so we're supposed to be going into more springy pastel colors. However, these are all autumn type colors. But still, I need to continue to use them. So my golden fluid, I need to keep that. So Liquitex Basics Mars Black. Maybe that's what it was for a pokey tool, Carrie. That's a good idea. Or a bobby pin for hairy emergencies. Yeah, Colleen. I'm gonna keep gold, I think. Oh wait, no, I don't, because this butterscotch is pretty gold. No, I'll keep and white. But for these colors, maybe I'll switch them up. Ultramarine. Now, phthalo blue, that's my nemesis. So I'm going to keep phthalo blue just because I need to keep working with it. Phthalo blue, primary red, and then I'll find another yellow. Okay, I'm going to switch out these colors. So I need you guys, let's see. Oh, sorry. So like I said, I originally got the 48 colors of Liquitex with a coupon, I think when I was in the US a while ago. So I'll put these to the side so I know. What is this? Gesso. Studio Gesso. Oh, it's empty. Okay. Why would it be in there? So these soft body ones I just bought at Michael's. I showed you guys last night, obviously. They were on sale. These are 2 ounces. I think they would be perfect. I'm going to be doing a lot of metallics, I think, because, alright, so let's take out this gold, because I'll have soft bodies. I bought an iridescent, so a metallic set, and then a basic set, so that's good. So I have iridescent Irish gold, iridescent white, iridescent rich silver, Mars black, oh that's another black, but that's soft body, a little bit different, ultramarine blue, titanium white, cadmium yellow, can't pronounce, naphthol, too many consonants in a row, crimson, it's red, phthalo green blue shade, and iridescent bronze. Okay, so that's good. I like that. Ooh, and iridescent antique gold. Do I really need to have so much gold? Maybe I just need to choose one, eh? Like, really. If I'm going to use a gold, I'm probably just going to use gold. I know one's kind of cool and one's not, but... You know what I mean, Vern? If I want gold, I'm just going to pick gold. I don't think I'll choose between 2 colors. Okay. It's red. That's it, Vicky. PH... There's too many consonants. Alright, so now I have all these other colors. And if we look, let's see. So obviously I haven't had any orange. I haven't been using any orange in a while. So I gotta challenge myself with some orange, right? Oh, this is pretty bright orange. This is cadmium yellow deep hue. That's not even orange, that's yellow. There's also cadmium orange hue. I must have liked this color because that's almost empty. Let's use that one. Cadmium orange hue. Okay, what other colors we need, my friends? Hooker's green. Light green permanent. I think that one would be nice. I'm not selling stuff. So this is my couch art kit. This is my travel kit. If I'm going somewhere, like say if I'm going to my mom's house, if I want to art, that type of thing, or what I use on the couch. But I would like, because I've been using the same stuff over and over, I would like to have a refreshing color palette. So I was asking other people's opinions. You guys and your nappies. Diapers. Remember, I don't have children. I don't have children. Okay, so I am going to use light green permanent and cadmium orange hue. What else, guys? What do you guys think? Naples yellow? Boy, that's would be a very autumn color palette. So I think I was using a lot of the brilliant purple, but so maybe I'll have to challenge myself with not chronacoder. Where's that other purple? Dioxazine. Primary blue. Cobalt blue hue. Hooker's green. Oh no, that's not it. Phthalo green. It does. I can't see. Oh, there it is. Dioxazine purple. I'm probably not even pronouncing that correctly. Hey, guy. Alright, what we got? What is this nice blue? Cerulean blue hue. Oh, I think I need to use that because look, I haven't been using cerulean blue hue in a while. And remember, in the soft bodies, I already have some of the basic red, blue, and whatnot. I just don't want to choose any of these colors to the left because I've been using them way too much. The only yellow I've been using, I have that yellow soft. Let's see. Let's challenge myself and use one of these oh wonderful yellows. Cadmium yellow medium hue, or what's this? Primary yellow? Or one of these yellow oranges. Cadmium yellow deep. Naples yellow. See, I need to swatch these bad boys. I'll just have a lighter one, I suppose. I don't need to be too picky. We're just changing colors. Why am I worrying about this much? Light portrait pink. I'm just going to choose some lighter colors and call it a day. You know what I mean, Vern? Bright aqua green to go with my light green permanent. Can have a few analogous colors, I suppose. It's spring, so I guess I'll have to have a few extra greens. Let us try that. Okay. So, and I try to limit myself when it comes to paints and mediums to this particular. Yeah, I gotta switch it up dye because I was using it. I was actually using it so much that everything was just starting to slightly be the same. So I think I am going to keep my light molding paste. I haven't been using it on the couch because it takes too long to dry. Clear gesso I've been using. Matte medium I've been using, glue some stuff down. And black gesso I have also been using, so we shall keep those. I do like the white, but here's the deal, guys. Okay, here's the deal. Here's what I also need help. My so organized friends. So I also have, let's backtrack, because I have all of these bags that I need to think about. For example, in this pencil case that we've all seen before, I have some distress stains, right? So I do have one. I do want to have some distress stains. Oops, I missed a couple paints there in my kit, but I have so many different bags. Which one do I put them in? Know what I mean? Maybe I just keep them all in here and not in that other part. I don't know. But in this one, I've got some, and I've got two of these bags. I think I want to have one of these bags for you know, drawing and art journaling and stuff, coloring and stuff. And then another one for my planner stuff. But because drawing and coloring and planning is all like together for me, I don't think it necessarily. I just dropped something, but I don't know what. I don't know if it necessarily needs to be all together. So, or separate into separate compartments is what I'm trying to say. So in here I've got a couple distress stains. Again, I don't want to use all of them, right? AJ wants to thank me for spending your money. So I also have my Derwent Color Soft pencil crayons, colored pencils on that side. Oh, bad thunderstorm. Yeah, we're gonna get rain tomorrow, and it's just crazy, strange weather. And tomorrow's gonna be 11 degrees Celsius. It's ridiculous. So I have some colored marker. Like, how can it go from -1 to, or sorry, 17? It's going from -1 to 17. So below freezing to 17, which is, I don't know what in Fahrenheit, 40 something. I don't know. Anyway, water brushes here, and then in this pocket, again, stuff that I use on the couch. So now I have two good ink pads, one for in here and one for the couch. You know, some stamps there, some tape, and a glue stick. Anyway, I guess for now I'll keep the stains in there. I don't know if I should keep all wet media in one thing. Oh, what? What temperature? I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. Google. 17 degrees Celsius. Like, I think that's in the 40s or 50s or something. I don't know. Zero, and all I know is that 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I think. Maybe I don't know that. Maybe Jean's going to correct me. Carts. What carts? The IKEA ones? Or is that what you guys are talking about? They're expensive in Canada. I cannot believe they're $80 in Canada. How can it be $30 in the US and 70 in Canada? I think it was $39.99, $29.99 US, $69.99 Canada. Ridiculous. That's so expensive, but my Michaels card is broken. Okay. A couple of other things that I have on the couch is this. Again, I use this, and these are like real cheap at Michaels, right? I mean, I have a ton of them. I keep lots of different stuff and them all over the place. But this is also as good. Um, this is also good as a lap desk. So if I'm, you know, sitting on my couch, and sometimes I use my tilted table. I love that tilted table. My mom bought me one when I broke my ankle. I mean, that's how long this is my second one because Simon threw the first one out. Long story. I don't want to get ticks, so we won't go into that one. Anyways, so sometimes I use a tilted table, and sometimes I use this on my lap as a desk. So anyway, in here I have random stuffage. So again, it's the same stuff that I put together. Here's my Speedball soft brayer. Speedball makes different types of brayers, and it used to be removable. There we go. It still is. And this bad boy needs to be cleaned off. It's got major crusty bits, but not crusty bits of the good kind. Anyway, so I had that in there, but I haven't been using it, so I'm going to keep that in here for when I do some jelly plating. And I've got random stencils. So again, I want to put these ones aside and switch some into some different stencils because I've been using and loving a bunch of those for the past little while. Random paper scraps. So I think I'm just gonna start all over. I'm gonna show you guys what this is. This is some authentique collection, some paper scraps. from stickers from the Authentique. Although those haven't been used, I might keep that in this one. This is random stuffage. I think Dee Dee gave me this, so there's some stuff I'm gonna keep in here. Random stencils and stickers. Some deli paper. I've already used this one, so I'll put that in my Happy Mail. Jane sent me this. Hi Jane, if you're watching. I love taking baths, I love coffee, and I love cats. All in one stamp. All she needs to be doing is like reading a book or writing a letter or something, and it would be the perfect things. Patty has an idea about what stencils to choose. Give it to me, Patty. I've kept this one, and obviously I've not used it, but I still want to. So this is that everyone's favorite 7 Gypsy stamp set that's so impossibly hard to cut apart, but so awesomely wonderful that it's worth it. So I also had the same one, like I said, basket or bin, or at least the stuff that was in it from when I went to Dee Dee's, and that was a while ago. And so I have some collage stuff from Dee Dee in here too. I think I want to cycle that out now and put it in my Alphabetica box to do some other collages. So I have been using a couple. This is some of the ephemera I got in Newfoundland. For example, this is this is where I was up in Bonavista, where my father is from, and so it's the whole town of Clarenville. Oh, you can't even see it. Town of Clarenville and the town of Bonavista. I tweeted this picture. I tweeted this because in Bonavista, there is, so my last name is Phillips, and there's a Phillips Lane is here, and there's Mullins Drive. Oh, you can't see it now. That was my grandmother's maiden name, Mullen. Like, it's just amazing. And I've said this, before, that it blows me away that I mean, there's in Toronto, there's a Paula Boulevard or something like that, or there's Phillips Road, but this is the actual one, what I mean, that my ancestors, this road was named after my ancestors. That just blows my mind. Blows my mind. So that's a treasure. This little piece from Jane, I want to keep that. So I got a couple of these. These were from the airport. From Bonavista. They see where it all began, because that's where John Cabot landed in North America. So this is about Bonavista, and I had a couple. Doesn't have it in here, but my cousin is a crab fisherman, and I only have very few first cousins. But so my first cousin's a crab fisherman, and his boat is featured on a postcard that was in this package at the airport, but I've already taken them out. So, of course, I have 2 of those maps. Oh, more stencilage I need to switch. I am really trying hard not to make this is an old club scrap one. I think I'm going to keep around. Just reading the chat for a second. Alright, I'm going to put that to the side. More stencil. Patty said she had an idea, and sorry guys, I'm missing if I see any Daler Rowney. Tri Art Clear Gesso is my favorite. Stencilage. I didn't see if Patty answered me. I still have some wonderful pen images that Jane sent me. I want to keep those because I've been having fun using them. Some of these random bits. I like to have random collage stuff when I'm on the couch too. Some paper too. So I've been using these little things. Always good to have some wax paper. Oh, Patty's just being sarcastic. Oh, another thing of tacky glue. We won't need that anymore. You never know when you're going to need a random craft non-stick mat. That one's beat up, that's for sure. And more collage and scrapbook stuff. Deli print. Que Sera Sera paper. Hot mess. Alright, I think I will switch out this authentique collection though. Maybe I'll keep this part, but not that. So, I like to keep, in a 12 by 12 container, all of that to say, in a 12 by 12 container, I like to keep stencils, collage material, rubber stamps like that bigger clear one, unmounted rubber stamps, I should say. Although you could put, we could have a whole different one that has different rubber stamps. Wooden rubber stamps, I mean. So I'm going to put some stencils in there here shortly. And lastly, I have pencil cases. So I bought a couple of pencil cases. I don't know if I showed these even on camera but I bought the ones that matched for my couch art kit. Now I have a whole matching set for 4 different cases. Because I have that trunk one, if you guys remember. Did they call it a trunk? I can't see it this particular second. Anyway. What is the name? Oh, I can't remember, JZ. I don't even know if that is an older set. Oh, boy. Is Tracy here? I wonder if Tracy would remember. So this one I did buy some of these bags in other colors. But when I went back and got Zandra her cases, they had a few of these ones that I had to get too. So this particular one has pockets on either side, and they are deep pockets. So on one side, I've chosen to put some markers or watercolor pencils. So for example, I have Faber-Castell White Pit, some of these older that I got on clearance at Mike's Aquatone crayon, water soluble pencils, Aquatone from Derwent. Just a few random colors because that's all I have is a couple of random colors. I don't even think they make these anymore, to be honest. They definitely don't sell them at Mike's. A general sketch and wash. So anything that's watercolor related or marker pen related. White Stabilo Marxall, red Stabilo Marxall, Elegant Writer, Pitt pen, Faber-Castell Pitt pen and brush. I like the brush. I use this one a lot. It's a very small brush. Yeah, it's a good idea. Especially because I had those, if anybody's been arting for a while, before Tim Holtz or Ranger came out with these big ones, we all have the tiny ones, right? Because that's what he had first was the 8x10. Black Stabilo, Marxall, Sharpie brush. You know how much I love my Sharpie brush markers. Sharpie pen in fine. I like Sharpie pens. A Faber-Castell Pitt pen in fine, and a Faber-Castell Pitt pen in medium. It might have been from like a package, that's why I think I have fine, medium. But I never use the fine and medium pens on top of paint. I just haven't had any luck. Probably because I mix craft paint and student grade, and I think it's the craft paint that's not so good. A while ago I was at Hobby Lobby, I think with Laurel. It was a while ago anyways, and I bought a 24 set of Prismacolor. I have a 120 set that's in my art room, but I bought a 24 set because it was cheap. It was like on clearance or something, if I remember. So this is just a 24 set of Prismacolor pencils. And so on this side I have pens, like just regular writing pens and pencils. So I have the woodless graphite that I'm treasuring. This is actually one that Dee Dee gave me, a used one. Dee Dee gave me one of her used ones, so this is very special to me. I keep that. This is my go everywhere type of pencil case. Links are open. Should be, yeah. Random white eraser. Some, I don't know, some people call these blending stumps. Some people call them tortillions. Or am I mixing that, like, is it, I don't know. Stumps. Blending stumps. I've got a couple of Prismacolor turquoise pencils. These are just 8B, 6H, and HB, just random pencils. Another black Stabilo black Stabilo, I mean, all pencil. So I must really use those. Sharpie China marker in black and in white. A white General's charcoal pencil. It's called Disclaimer. Thanks. Bic Bold, Crystal Bold 1.6 millimeter. This is I must have got it in a set, in like a book, I don't know, anyways, it's just a 6B woodless pencil. Prismacolor Ebony Jet Black. I think I got this pencil at Dina Wakley class. I'm pretty sure. Dina Wakley, excuse me. A Coom Tip Top. I think this pencil came with a sharpener that I bought, maybe. Something like that. And a bigger blending stump. And that's pretty much it. And pens that I like to carry around. However, I just did buy a white gel, so I want to put that in here. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so these are the pens that I use in art journaling, and pencils that I use in either sketching or art, right? Sketching or art. Rubber tip brushes. It's like removing stuff, Sherry. The rubber tip, where do I have one here? I have one, Rising. It is close. Well, this is called a style stick, but I have the other ones too. It's for if you put paint down, you can remove the paint. Right? You like scrape it off. Oh no. Crap the land. Shouldn't have moved that. I do have a rubber one though that I will find eventually. Can't find it right now. Okay, so that's just one pencil case. This other pencil case I use a lot in planning. So this is a lot of the gel pen, or if you're, sculpting maybe, exactly. Remove paint or make marks in molding paste or polymer clay. Okay, so I have a whole different animal in this. This is pens like for writing or planning, lots of gel pens. I mean, that's not to say I haven't used them in art journaling, but it's more gel pens and stuff. So as you can see, this pencil case, this style, and they still sell them at Target in the US. The Target now by me is closed. It's a ginormous, wait till you see how much this holds. And it's got 2 zippered pockets on each side. So this by no means is my whole gel pen collection necessarily, but these are the ones I've been using in my planner and such. So I bought these tiny ones from Target, tiny gel pens. So I got quite a few of those from the dollar spot. A random paintbrush. I don't know why that's in there. Hi, Erica. Another one of the cheap water brushes, just in case. You never know when you may need a water brush. I'm just going to put all these tiny, I don't know if they still have them. These were like in the Easter section, actually, in the dollar spot bins, but they write on black. They're very opaque. I just bought a whole bunch of black paper yesterday. Got some black cardstocks on sale at Michael's, so So that, I mean, they're not the best, right? They're $1, but you can see them a little bit. So I bought some pens as well that were from in Koreatown, the Kawaii store. So I have, like, you know, really 0.35 gel pens, 0.35 gel pens, and I've got a Uniball Vision Elite. And a random sketching pencil that's not ever even been sharpened. I bought some cool liquid highlighters from the Dollarama. Gotta love Dollarama. They work really well. I like them. So I'll put those in there. See, again, I got a whole bunch of tiny, tiny gel pens. This silver is actually really good. Look. It's actually really good silver. So some big bolds. Some more, again, these are the gel pens I got at the Kawaii store downtown. They're Japanese 0.3 fine gel pens. These are made by Sanford, and it says Dash-ish. Sanford-ish. I don't know what the heck that means. This is Unicolor 0.5. It's in Japan too. So, but these are colored leads. I don't remember where I got them, if I got these at Dollarama or not. But it's pencil, but they're colored. It's a very fine pencil, but they're colored leads. Mechanical pencil, colored leads. They're called Sanford-ish. Now, I'm pretty sure I got these at Dollarama. Maybe Linda can, or anyone, my favorite, these cases are really well made. That's for sure, Linda. I'm thinking I got them at Dollarama. Where else would I have bought them like this? Sanford-ish. But they're really nice. They come in different colors. So, really thin lead, right? Because it's one of those types of pencils. And I do have some Jelly Roll Fine. You know, a lot of my Jelly... So one night I sat down and Jelly Roll pens were the first ones I bought when I started scrapbooking. And, oh, now that's what I should have done tonight. Shows you my first scrapbook. Anyway, so I bought a whole bunch of Sakura pens. Now, so, for example, I'm talking, this was in 99. So, 15 years later, 16 years later, a lot of them either exploded, dried up, because I never used them. That's my problem. I hoard. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm actually using them. So a lot of them were dried up, but the ones I have left, like all of my slicks and, you know, the thick ones, Sakura, they literally exploded. You know, anyway. So I have a couple of fine ones laying around, some cheap gel pens from the dollar store, a cheap pencil from the dollar store, mechanical pencil. This is also from Dollarama. It's Uhu, and I thought it was, I really, really thought it was a glue stick that looked like this, like a long, thin glue stick, kind of like K&Company Smash. You know, they have that pen slash glue stick. Not so much. Not so much. It's clear glue. Yeah, Janet, I gotta find out where I got them because they're awesome. They dry out, Barb, because I don't use them, but I have to change my philosophy. See, again, this is from the Target dollar spot. So some of you Americans might be able to get some cheap because that one had bunnies on it. And, well, of course, that one's not going to show up. I thought they all showed up on black, but apparently not. Anyways, it's a nice teal, this particular one. But they're pretty, they work pretty good. And hey, for $1 for like 6 pens or something. So again, some more Jelly Roll pens and big bolds. And a mini Pilot, this is a Pilot G2 mini, which is fun. I like this one a lot, actually. I used to, because it just fits perfectly for my hand. And for some particular reason, I have my water brush in here, one of my fancier water brushes. Or I shouldn't say fancier, so one, this is a Kuretake, I believe. Yeah, it's a Kuretake, but it's not like the one that Tim Holtz makes. This is a Japanese one, and they sell them at Jet Pens. One of the things I wanted to buy, because this is only the smallest nib. What am I talking about? Brush size. It's the smallest brush size. I wanted some bigger ones, but I won't grumble about. So anyways, I'm going to put my white gel pen in there too that I bought yesterday. Oh, and I also want to put, sorry guys, sorry. I bought these gel pens from Dollarama the other day. Well, they're not gel, rollerball pens, colored rollerball pens. Sorry, making some noise. Making more noise. Yeah, so, like, truly, oh, I forgot one bag of my kit what I usually keep on the couch. This one, because you haven't seen any stamps. Like with like. Well, that's a thing, Carrie. When I think like, do I think theme? Like, okay, we're saying like too many times. Like. Yeah, Carrie's shedding their little duty. So in this one, you can see Patty Tolly Parish pictograph stamp on the mount, ready, at the ready for stampage. At the ready. So I have some Bo Bunny stamps. I need to mix this one out. Let's see, Patty stamps. I need to get baggies because I've been storing them in here, and that's bad news. I don't want to lose any. But I've had some random washi tape. Look, I even used one up. It's empty. A couple of ink pads. Now, this is retro. Who had one of these? But Barb taught me to keep this bad boy. Barb taught me to keep this to use on my jelly plate. Inside of a tape. So, making memories rub-ons. I have a few. I still have a few after all these years. And they still work well. So, I am really trying to use them, although I haven't used them in a while. They're gonna remain in this bag until I use them. Those Bo Bunny stamps are not expensive either. You probably find them on Blue Moon. There's a whole series of them. And I think, like, literally, I think they were only $3.99. The Bo Bunny, there's a whole set. I've got to look at my unmounteds anyways. I don't know if you guys want to join me in that process. I hope this is interesting to at least somebody. So Bo Bunny came out with this stamp line. This one's wall-to-wall textures from 2013. This one's called wall-to-wall textures, and it's got wood grain, brick, and stone. And there's more. I'll show you in a minute. I put some carpet tape, real carpet tape, on the on this gift card here. So that's always handy to have just in case I need to stick something major down. This is random. I don't know why my Liquitex 1" or 3/4" freestyle brush, I need to change that out. Some random tape. So I've been using the same tapes. I mean, look, the good thing about doing some art on the couch for me. Oh, so that must have been a Tim Holtz tape. No, it's different. So look, I'm almost down to the end. Rather than cherishing, look, I'm almost used a whole piece of Tim Holtz tape. That's it. Linda. Okay, so I don't want to keep those. I want to keep that. Now, okay. Here's a little rant about these Studio G pads. Can I have a little rant? Who designed these bad boys? Who designed them? Here they look like, and it's flat. It's not raised. It's a completely flat pad. So, here's Paula. Oh, I love direct to paper. Right? So you can do a little bit, but you get weird looking things. But if, the ink, if I wanted to do direct to paper, the edges get in the way. If I want to stamp, if I want to ink my stamp, what it's supposed to do. Studio G, are you listening? You can't even do that because you have to it has to go on the edges of the stamp because of the stupid plastic goes right up the side. No wonder they're $1. Okay, rant over. I'm gonna take these out and give them to my nieces. How about that? You got a tiny stamp. Anyway, no, sorry, rant's over. We're done. Okay, distress inks. Random, take that out. Another date stamp. So I do want to keep this in here. But see, I have, okay, on the couch, I keep the itty bitty background, a big one, and in my art room, I have a small one. I think now I shall switch it. And then I'll have the small in this kit and big one in my art room. More of those Studio G paints. Why am I punishing my nieces? Well, they'll use fingerprints. That's punishing my sister. Actually, it's not punishing my nieces. Oh my goodness. Like, it's ridiculous. But the ink is good. So it's like you can't get at the ink though. You can't get at the ink. All right. So, random stuffage. Now, this is an old making memories, excuse me, creative memories, like old. I've had this bad boy for a long, long time. One of the very few things I bought ever from Creative Memories, because I'm one of the people that didn't start scrapbooking through Creative Memories. I found scrapbooking in '99 when Lisa Bernstein had a scrapbooking kit on the Canadian Shopping Channel. And I bought two, and it came with a Creating Keepsakes magazine. And when I looked in that and saw that there was a whole world in '99, I just about died, and it all went downhill from there. The Bo Bunny stamps. These ones are called wall-to-wall textures. It was one of the miscellaneous me lines, and there's more. I'm gonna show you in a second. And in that magazine, I mean, like I said the other night, I bought my first rubber stamp because I had a lot of pen pals when I was in high school. So I bought my first rubber stamp because I was doing something called FBs, which were friendship books. And these little FBs were kind of like ATCs now I think back. And you would put your like if you were looking for pen pals from around the world, you made these little books, right? So you put your address on the front of the book. And you decorated the book and you're paid. Like, I'm talking, I did this when I was 15, 16, right? Like, these were teenager things we did in the 90s. And that book you would send to your other pen pals. And, I had lots of pen pals from all over the world. And then they would send them to other people. And long story short, the little book is supposed to, after it's filled, lots of people only put 5 pages in it. And after it was filled, it came back to you. So anyways, I've been doing that, like, when I was young. But in that Creating Keepsakes magazine in '99, I remember distinctly, there was a Club Scrap ad. And when I got into Club Scrap, well, then it went even further downhill. All right. Okay, so this is a weird... So the whole thing I was trying to say, this is a strange container, if you know what I mean. I don't know, like I had stamps in this and not. I don't know if I should switch to a different container because I need a container for a block, some ink pads, some stamps, because I still do stamp um, on every page. So let's get out some of my unmounteds here and see if we can. I'm going to put Patty's other set because I've been using that set with the pictographs a lot, but I'm going to use the other two sets, switch those out. Where's that other piece of paper? Here. Where are you, Vern? Where did it must have dropped down? Anyways, I'm going to use some of Patty Totally Parish Elements, but I'm going to also use some unmounted. So, if you hear any craft-a-ledge, everybody close your ears. Who was around that thought Dee Dee had stickers? Oh, sweet goodness. Stickers everywhere. Hitting stuff. Hold the fort. Alright, let's look at some pen pal drama. You know, it's interesting because I some of the pen pals I've had, now have on Facebook. After all these years, it's amazing. I mean, it was so amazing to find them after all those years. All right, so these are most of my clear unmounted stamps. It's in one of these Paris boxes. Looks like that. Clear unmounted. A lot of my rubber, so acrylic unmounted. A lot of my rubber unmounted. I don't know if you can able to see. Hold on, let me back out one maybe. Can we back out one? Let me see if I tilt this. Yeah, this is one of my newer ones. I mean, I guess I bought this one last year, a year ago maybe. It's Hero Arts, 2012. Like I said, I know I've been spending a lot in the past month or past a few weeks, but let me tell you, I mean, I was on a drought for a year or more. And it's funny, Linda, because my very first pen pal, there's a magazine called the Down Homer. I think they might change the name. But it's, you know, a Newfoundland magazine, and they have a little section for pen pals, and that's how I met my very first one. And you know, and she was from Newfoundland, I was from Ontario. It was great, and now we have on Facebook. Anyway, that is a nice step. I have not used it, so it's spring. Maybe I need to challenge myself to put this in my kit. Okay, so here's another one of those Bo Bunny sets. I don't know if Erica's gone again. This one is called It Is Written. So these sets go together. I want to say it was from Miscellaneous Me line. So I'm looking for those. I'll collect them as we go along. So as you can see, I need a better way. That is a better way. What are we linking to Simonson stamp? Alright, so random stuffage. So I need a better way to store stamps, what I was trying to say. But secondly, I need to pick out some of these. Look at this graph paper, Carrie. I'll keep that one out, maybe. So I have lots of stamps that look like this, right? Lots of flower stamps. Cats. This is one of my favorites from Frazen. Where is Tracy when you need her? Is Tracy here? My mind. I'm looking for my black piece of paper so that we can see a little bit better, maybe. Who makes this one? It'll come to me for a second. My mind is blank. But I love this set. Somebody in the chat will remind me. because we all kind of went nuts for it. I don't think it's Seven Gypsies, but it was around the same time I got Seven Gypsies. Anything with a pen. You'll see a lot that I love pens. Your Carrie's hand-carved chevron is awesome. Ooh, maybe I need to keep this one out for my planner. Tattered Angels, Eileen. That's right. That was around the Tattered Angels made some awesome stamps. That's for sure. Random. Okay, how am I going to sort this? How am I going to sort this? It's almost like I need to take them all out and put them all back in nicely or something. You know what I mean, Vern? So, let's put the ones that I know on this side that are maybe this side that will need to go back in. Oh, this one has to go in my planner. It actually has like dates and stuff on it. I try to keep them, I want to keep them separate. Any planner type stamps or journaling stamps, this is a good exercise for me. Again, if this is boring to anybody, I apologize. Like I said, I'm giving you guys a little something. I'm going to do a class tomorrow. We'll actually do some art tomorrow. Di, we are alike in many different ways, I think. We both know that. I love this one. I've always liked this one. Little yoga guy and my little Buddha guy here. I've used him quite a bit. But those are Fisker stamps, I believe. Could be wrong. Enjoy the journey. Lifetime memories. I've never even used this one. I need to start a pile for racks too. This says enjoy the journey and a stamp. I think I probably can give that one away. Like I say, guys, this is just my love this. So this is, and Dee Dee showed it the other day. This is a Seven Gypsies stamp set that matched their paper. I'm not sure if this is Leo. I forget the names now. It's been so long. But some of my favorite stamp sets. And I don't know if this is working. Like how I can kind of flip this way. Maybe if I wasn't stuffed, maybe I just need another one. Yeah, Sherry, I'm gonna put the planner stamps in another bag. But I think I'm gonna keep this one out. This one will be a good one to use in my art journaling on the couch, I think. I'll put this off to the side for a minute. So I have some random Stampin' Up stamps here. Another random stamp. That one like that, and this one I bought a while ago. This one goes with the punches, but I don't have any of the punches. Just the stamps. This can go somewhere else. Doesn't need to be in that bin. Let us see. Oh, here's another one of the Bo Bunny stamps. I don't know what this one's called, though. So, I'm going to keep them. Where did the other ones go? Razor Frazen? I already lost it. Somewhere around here. Prima. Prima stamps. Eileen is being bad already. I'm going to repeat it. Okay, so I have some of the Tim Holtz. Oh, you'll see the kind of stamps that I like and the imagery that I like. So older Timmy stamps. Wow, that one looks like it's completely melted. Maybe it's just the black. I always found these were super sticky. I mean, we all know super sticky stamps. These Tim Holtz ones. Another one of the Seven Gypsies one. I think they called this one Conservatory. It's spring. It's spring. April, spring, right? And eggs and stuff. I need to keep that one out. Oh! So, I said this, I forgot that I had this one. I said this before. Nobody steal my idea. I had to have these Jenny Bolin stamps. This was a few years ago, and I have not used a one. But they're all little, tiny. I'm going to make a little Midori, faux Dory. Because look, I've got a mini record book. There's the cover and the sheet. A tiny composition book with the, let me look in the back. A tiny composition book with the lines. Like this is how tiny it is. A record book, and this one says monthly time book, graph paper. So I'm keeping those out. I mean, I've been treasuring them for a while. Tiny random stamps. Oh, this print one, this 7 Gyps, Prima. This is an older Prima newspaper one. But these tiny ones I go in, it goes in a different spot. I'll show you. I don't know why some of these are even out. Ooh, I have some nice alphabets. Wait a, Fluffy the P is missing. Anyway, some alphabets. Some random ones. These ones have never even been used. I need to rack some of these out. Oh, memories. My wonderful friend Sharon, NJ Garden Girl Sharon, a long time when I first started YouTube videos, sent me this Anna Griffin set. It is still one of my most beloved stamp sets. Yeah, keep the little ones. I just have it in this, Eileen. Same thing. Little ones like this. So this beloved set. Thank you, Sharon, if you're out there watching. Some sassafras. I don't know if people like look at this stamp set. I've never even used. What does it say? What a deer. And some numbers and a phone. And it says swell. Brand new. I should give that away because if I haven't used it in years, I'm not going to use it now, right? Same as this K & Company one. Sassafras last ones. Random doll stamps that I got from these paper doll ones. I think I stamped it once. Like it's got a stage. It's hard to see because my stamps, it's black, right? I want to find the rest of those. Let's see. Some birds, Paris. You guys all know that. This is an older, close to my heart set with some arrows and stars. Can't have too many of those. See, it's not too bad to flip through when there's not too full. The small composition book stamps are made by Jenny Bolin. Jenny Bolin in 2013. Jenny Bolin Studios. So this is a good way anyways for me to look, and I haven't used some of those stamps in years. More 7 Gypsy stamps stuck to each other. This one wasn't 7 Gypsies. Who made that? Oh, sweet goodness. Maybe it was too. Anyways, love those type of stamps. Fiskars. I'm missing one. Random butterfly. Lots of wonderful Paris stuff. Janet, you would sort these by size? Or should I just put them all in binder? I don't even know. I think I need to put some of these smaller ones. I think Janet is right. Oh, there's the background stamp that goes to that other sheet. I need to put them, like the ones that would fit into one of those boxes from Michaels. You know, like I think these ones would fit in the shoebox ones from Michaels. Oh, these are those borders. My gosh, I didn't even remember I had this one. Look at these borders. You won't be able to see. It's not clear, but one's alphabets, one's words. They're texture stamps too. Oh, and here's another texture, a Bow Bunny stamp set that in the same thing. More journaling sets, but see, I haven't ever used these ones either. Journaling, and I'd rather give this to somebody that would use it. Not even once. I have a lot of stamps that are similar, right? Some numbers. There's another one of those. Ooh, I forgot I had this one with the wings and the hearts and the clock. I like that one. Random fishies and vacation stuff. Swirlage. I like this one. Can't remember who made this one either. Travel. Tim Holtz. More letters. More that other one. Tim Holtz letters. Like, look at this one for $1. Or somebody did. I don't know if I got it or somebody must have gave that one to me. Ooh, this peacock. Never been open. Need to keep that one out. He doesn't belong in there. I try to keep my foam mounteds on other ones. This is an older one I had close to my heart that I got years ago. Coffee stainage. Hi, Julie. More alphabets. Some tattered angels texture stamps. Cats, this one, lots of them with typewriters, as you can tell. Same theme, lots of themes. Alright. See, some of these were given to me too, right? So I don't necessarily want to make any money, but you know, I might need some help with if somebody's really interested with shipping. Oh, here's the stamp that goes with that other stamp set, the clock, the other Prima one I was using. Here's a Stampin' Up, a newer version of Itty Bitty Backgrounds. And more textures. So I think, oh, here's another one. So I've got all the Bow Bunny texture stamps. The whole point of looking at this was to get a couple new stamps, but also to get the Bow Bunny texture ones to show Cheryl. So yeah, I think Janet is right. I need to sort these by size. So which ones would fit into a shoebox, the shoebox from Michaels, and which ones can go into a bigger one. All right. So I got a couple. I think what I'm going to keep out a couple of these stamps. So I wanted to show that is some older 7 gypsies, but these are my treasured ones, so I want to keep those ones. I want to keep these ones to show Erica. And oh my goodness, you can see my belly. And I'm not wearing a bra. That's bad news. I'll be kicked off YouTube. I'm gonna have to cut that part out. Yeah, I'm refreshing it because it's going stale. So these stamps were given to me again by the wonderful NJ Sharon. I just about died. Every one of my favorite type of things. A watercolor paint box, bulldog clips, brushes, scissors. I want to say it was Anna Griffin. Somebody, maybe it was Rebecca Sauer? She got it on HSN years ago. You know, we're talking 5 years ago now. But look at this one. A pen. date stamps, a brayer. I don't know if you can see the brayer. Paintbrush, more scissors. Love this set. Shout out to Sharon if you're around. Another inkwell, a compass. Or, sorry, is this a compass or a protractor? My gosh, it's been a long time since I was in school. You know, one of those circle things. The peacock was in Ka-Dink-A-Doo. And an old sewing machine table. So I'm going to keep these out because I think this set, for my pocket, I'm going to make some pocket letters, but I want my themes to be stationery and pens and stamps and those type of things that I love. I sure have a lot of pen stamps. It's one of the ones I collect. So this set is going to be perfect for making some ATCs and such for that. So I shall keep these in a safe spot. Uh-oh. A safe spot. A safe spot. You know what happens when I put things in safe spots, right? I put them with Patty's stamps there because that's definitely a safe spot. I don't lose it. Yeah, this was Inka-Dinka-Doo, the peacock. I think Linda gave me this. Now that I think about it. I wish, Patty. One of my dreams. Linda, did you give me this? Or did you make something with this for me? Anyways, so I'm gonna keep these stamps out. And so this one's bigger, right? So this one's gonna go into my 12 by 12 container. So Erica's back. I'm gonna show Erica the whole set. It was I'm sure it's Miscellaneous Me from Bo Bunny. And they had, I'm just gonna keep these. I'm gonna put those in my other case for arting on the couch. So I want to say it was Miscellaneous Me, but this was the whole set. I only have 2 left in the packages. And some of them I'm even missing these ones are missing the backing. I've used them so much. But this was all their textures. No wonder I lost it, Linda, because it's a foam mounted set. That foam mounted stamp, which I usually keep with in another box with the other foam mounted unmounted stamps. Anyways, so I can't tell you what the names are of these ones, but this one was Wall to Wall Textures. These came out in 2013. This one, it is written. I think you could check Blue Moon under Bo Bunny and see if they have. This one has some corrugate texture. Random stainage, dots, and a fence. This one has some chevrons. I love the chevron. And like I said, I think these were only like $3.99 or maybe even $3.49. These look kind of like honeycombs, but I think it's more, sorry for the glare, but it does have the inside and the outside. And a couple different types of chevrons, and then this, so these, as you can see, why I love to keep these for art journaling on the couch. And then this one has the coffee stainage, some faux punchinella, and some scratchy scratchies. This one has words, like this is a text. It's not showing. It is written text, numbers, music sheet, and some. This is like typewritten text, and this is like a script text. So, I want to say again, Bo Bunny Miscellaneous Me. I got all these a few years ago. These are from 2013. From from Blue Moon. But I'm going to keep those out because those are some useful stamps in my opinion. So I think I got some nice, I got some 7 Gypsies, retro 7 Gypsies stamps that are very spring type, some feathers, some birds. So I guess I'm going to be doing a lot of birds. A lot of bird stuff. A lot of birds. So I think that's it, eh? What is going on? Oh, while I have this out here. So these are all the tiny stamps. This little book, I think it's made to be like you're supposed to put a 4x6 picture on one side, and then text over here, like kind of like Project Life. It's an old book, but that's how I store my little guys, my little stamps. See, you're supposed to put a photo and then something written. I just stick my little, whether it's Seven Gypsies or sorry, not Seven Gypsies, Prima. Prima likes to make those tiny guys. And that was a lot of the ones, the dollar ones from Mike's that they don't really make anymore. If they do, I don't buy or look for them. Like Studio G. This little itty bitty background type set. I'm trying to rotate, and it got me thinking because Joyceage today on her stream was talking about her counterfeit kit stuff, where she kind of, rather than subscribing to a kit company, she kind of gets a theme, or there's some blog. I'm not quite sure, to be honest, but I know she puts together a kit every month and then challenges herself, pulled from her supplies, and challenges herself. Oh, there's another random one falling out. Challenges herself. That's a cool texture, actually. Might have to keep it out. Challenges herself to use it throughout the month. So I think that's a good, between Patty's stamps, which are very geometric, and some of those bird stamps, I think I've got it covered. I think I like it. So now, like I said, keep a wooden block in there with some carpet tape, some extra carpet tape, not wooden block, excuse me, acrylic block, extra carpet tape, and then I can put a stampage in here. And this piece comes out, right, or moves around, so either way I can put this like this. As you can see, love that pictograph one, so he is front and center. Oh, missed a couple. What? Those Bobani are $12 on Amazon? I'm not kidding you. At the most, they would have been $5.99, but I am pretty sure they were $3.49 or $3.99. Did anyone check Simon Says Stamp or if Blue Moon still has them? So one thing, if you've noticed, and by no means, like I said, this is just my couch art stuff, so obviously I have lots of duplicates and that stuff, duplicates in my art room from that stuff, but I got some fancy pens, so I want to put them in my fancy container here. So I think I have a good start. I'm pretty excited about that. I just have to add some stencils to my set. Patty. Oh, yes. So for those of you that haven't been around either Patty's stream or my stream and heard that Patty and I would really love to plan a retreat, a meetup, a get-together, not sure what you want to call it, and we are working on a survey. Patty's been working on a venue, getting information and stuff in Maryland, and I'm going to put together a little survey, an online survey, and we'll be talking about it tomorrow. So I think by Friday I'll have a survey ready to go out to answer some questions. $4.99 at Simon Says Stamp. That sounds better, Pam. So I'm going to put out a survey on Friday or Saturday. We'll talk about it more. I mean, I don't want to, get anybody get mad at me if I'm not have it done Friday or something. But, we want to talk about, it's just going to be a general survey. We want to get your input of what you're hoping for, what would you like, what dates, good stuff like that. Exactly. Time frame. See, we have to decide that type of thing. So we obviously cannot accommodate everybody, right? Not everybody's going to be able to make it, but we want to be able to accommodate the most people at a time. The most people. So, and it's $4.99 at Blue Moon too. Awesome, awesome. I bought mine at Blue Moon. Thank you, Eileen. Those are very versatile stamps, in my humble opinion. I really like them. They remind me of the original texture stamps. The very first texture stamps I ever saw were by Glitz Designs. And remember Carrie? I still use mine. And uh, I'll never forget when we saw them at Hobby Lobby. When Carrie and I first went to Hobby Lobby and saw them. Anyway, okay, so there's going to be a survey going out for those that are interested, and we would love your input. I'm just going to put some my markers in here. I'm going to do it online. Like, you can easily, I don't know an exact link, Teresa, but I'll send out a link. You know, like an online site. There's a bunch of different online sites that you can just create a real easy online survey. But we would like your input so that the most people would come. But we also want to know things like, you know, do you want all-day classes? How many teachers do you want? Are you fine with just me and Patty? Does anybody else want to teach? Do you want, you know, blah, 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 blah. Survey Monkey. I think that's what I was thinking of, Patty. That's right. If you know what I mean, Vern. Oh, the stocks were out of stock? Stamps were out of stock at Blue Moon? Were they in stock at Simon Says Stamp? I think it's an older set, right? So it's not even old. Don't get me wrong. Oh, they have a couple of them. It is written. No, it says it's out of stock too. They may not make them anymore. No wonder somebody's selling them for expensive prices over on. Di, aren't you close to Maryland? Like East Coast, right? Where is my book? So I think that's all I was going to do today. Oh, I was gonna pick out a couple stencils. Let's see. I definitely want the 6x6 stencils that Patty, because a lot of the things that I do on the couch are small, right? I'm working in my smaller Midori. I'm gonna put a whole bunch of the ephemera that Ange sent me in my kit too here. Where is? All right. Do. So I like to have different types of stencils. So I have a lot of. Lately, I've been, as you all know, I've been using a lot of Patty stencils to make prints, jelly prints and such. So I have lots of collage papers already that I'm gonna put in my. Right, got lots of collage. Well, maybe not that one. That one's like a full thing. But so I got some collage pieces already I can use. I just want to choose some accent stencils. So I'm going to use a couple of her 6x6. This is PTP Patty Paris 003 grid dot. And I love this circles more. Circle Infinity. And of course I also have the arrows that I was using the other night. It's around here somewhere. It's in a safe spot. It's in that safe spot, you know. Here it is. It's right under my nose, for crying out loud. Right under my nose. All right. So I want some non-geometrical patterns. What's going on? I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't sound like good news. So I have some geometric prints, so I want to choose something that's maybe not so geometric. So let us see. Oh. I'm gonna flip through some of these things to see what I haven't used in a while, or ever. Ooh, mini pomegranates. I haven't used that one in a while. It's getting to be spring. I'll have to bust that bad boy out. Yeah, I need to find a flower one of some sort. And I know we all talked about stencils, and the other day I was already talking about it. Let me take one of these mini flower ones from Crafters Workshop. Ooh, haven't used a Julie Faye Fan Balls or Lotus one in a while. Random hair. Is that even my hair? If it was a long time ago. That's weird. Tim Holtz one. Haven't used that one, so better put it in. Dinah Wakely, Crafters Workshop Dinah Wakely one. Eye chart. Ooh, let's put in a Stencil Girl, Seth Apter stencil. More randomage. I know, is this, anyone bored yet? Nope, I'm just packing another Jilly art kit for the couch. Just refreshing my supplies. I need a couple of texture ones, I think. I've been using those ones last little while. Maybe I need a doily. Random butterflies. Leaves. Coral. Lily pads. I think that's... I think that should be good. What do you guys think? I think so. Challenge myself. And this was just my stencils. I haven't even looked at my masks. The box that I've had my masks in a while. In fact, I don't really know where it is right about now. That's bad news. That is bad news. And so the same thing. I just put this. What the fluffy? It's a slippery. And that's it. Right? There's still lots of stuff in here, so, or room I should say. So maybe I'll collage in or put in some of these jelly prints. That's why I need to do some more jelly. Let's see, maybe a couple of napkins from Ange. That would be a good start. Maybe this Paris one. I just have to like to have a few options, but at the same time, I don't want to have too much stuff on the couch, right? When I'm doing that type of art, and I know you guys are all doing those other challenges and stuff, but that's how I normally art, right? I'll have, even if I'm working on And I need to fill this up again. My poor rubber band book's hurting. There's not too many pages in it. They all start inside this book. But when I'm working on the couch, I'm working on 6 or 7 different books at a time. I don't use my heat gun on the couch. So um sorry, I'm just looking at real quick. Canadians can't afford to go to Canada. What? Oh my goodness. But so anyways, I'll be working on all these pages at the same time. So, for example, let me try to find a couple of the books. If I'm gessoing, I'll gesso on multiple books at a time. If I'm adding a layer of stamping, I'll be doing that on multiple books at a time. I think this one, these ones that are almost finished are good examples because I worked on so many of them at the same time. Let us find another one. I just had a whole bunch the other day. Excuse my reach. Anybody else want to see anything now that I'm just chatting away here? Not really. Here we are. For example, these 3 particular books, I worked a lot, and a couple of these books, I worked at the same time. I worked in a lot at the same time, is what I'm trying to say. And one more, hold on. Because this was the original, not the original, like first one ever, my first rubber band book. And so you'll see how, I'll just do a quick flip. I haven't looked at this in a while. You'll see lots of Dee Dee inspiration in these. Some of them are older. But if I was going to use a color or use a stencil, right, I'm using it on more than one page. And I'm upside down. I'm upside down. So what I've done is just rubber banded a whole bunch of these, junk journal books all in one. So if I'm on the couch, right, if I'm working on something, if I have 6 books, then I don't have to use a heat gun, because I'll be, if I'm putting this blue paint down, for example, I put this blue paint down on multiple pages. So if I put it down on this book, I put it to the side, and then you'll see in another particular book, I'll have some of that blue paint, or this stencil, for example. So I'll have 6 different books or so, 6 different books all laid out in multiple different stages of drying. And then by the time I get back to that first one again, it's dry and I'm on to a different layer. Well, you see that girl's face? It's a big nose. Yeah, wallpaper samplers are big. That's for sure. And sometimes, you have to, there's the Bow Bunny stamp in action there. Sometimes I just have to let go of some of these books and say, okay, enough is, I've done enough scribbling or marking or whatnot, and it's just time to go on to the next one. So you see, I've drew lots of Eiffel Towers over the years. So this page isn't completed. For example, this particular, you'll see this, the same color all over, right? So if I'm stamping, I'll do the same stamp, or a set of stamps, or a couple different stamps across multiple books and multiple pages. And then I'll go back and do a layer of paint across multiple books and pages. That's just what I've been... Dee Dee inspired us to do those smack and drag drawings a few years ago. Again, Joyceage. I didn't date them. Write the date down of when I did any of this stuff. But I like this. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes you'll get something that you really like when you're playing in these type of books. And, you can try to recreate it somewhere else. This is a Dina Wakely stencil from Crafters Workshop. Is everyone still hanging in there? Anyone bored? Anybody? Oh, this is a good example. That's a good example because I know that that particular piece of paper that I was using, same as collage paper, I know that that's in here on a different page in this book. We just saw this paper in this book I'm looking at, and there's that paper. So see what I mean? That's, if I'm using something that I like, totally different pages, totally different book, but that's kind of how I work, right? So I worked on a lot of these ones are almost finished all at the same time. Oh, thanks, Di. I'm glad somebody's not bored. I don't. Sometimes you just don't know, right? I'm just talking and talking and talking, and um, but sometimes, it's just fun to have fun and not worry about if anything you've done, if it's a finished page or not. Um, Random bird. And some of these books I made, and some of that little Simon gave me last Valentine's Day, a Lush gift gift box. And here's a Monster High, Frankie Stein. Frankie Stein is the one that Dar put on her shoulder in that one thing. If someone's bored, they could leave. I guess that's true, right? This is Frankie Stein. This is from my niece's little thing. And then I had to laugh because Blade was traveling a few weeks ago and had a Monster High carry-on. I about passed out. I think a lot of people work. I mean, I've been doing it for years. A lot of people work on. Look at these. This was a scrapbook paper from years ago. I fussy cutted them out. I don't even like beer. If you give me a beer, I'll be drinking that bad boy all night and I won't finish it. I can't stand the taste. Um, Alrighty. Mmm. I just missed my mouth with my coffee. That's wonderful. So, random stuffage. Here's a birthday card from my grandma. Some writing. Random stuff. An elephant. I got some pockets. Lots of this stuff I was working on when, Oh! Oh! Oh, I didn't even remember I had this guy. Look. I love black puggy pugs. My next dog, if I ever have a bigger place and I'm rich, is going to be a black pug. Oh, it says beer dogs, beer, and there's a pug on there, on the beer bottle. I think my niece gave me a card. Oh, look, yep, she collaged in a card for me. My 3-year-old niece. Well, she's 4 now, but at the time she was 3. I gotta keep that. That's why I like to go through. People have asked me before, why do you art journal? Or whatever. I still like to go through and look at my old pages. Oh, this is from a packing tape transfer. When I do packing tape transfer through a stencil, this is what the leftover is from an Oprah magazine. Hey, Pam. 2:30 in the morning. Sweet goodness. And you guys have seen this. I've been working on this leftover journal forever. Forever. A long. This was, I think, the first leftover journal that I ever even attempted. So I think that this book, this rubber band book in general, there's my packing tape transfer through the stencil. This is through a Mary Beth Shaw stencil from Stencil Girl. I saw that on Facebook, Julie. So again, these and these books, I think I just showed them the other night. This is a full ephemera book that Sherry gave me from Chicago, and some of the pages are finished. You know, same thing. I'll use this stencil multiple pages. Some pages are finished completely, some pages not so much. But it's, for me, a lot of this is the process too. It's not about creating pretty pages. This is that texture that Erica likes so much. This is the wood grain. But see, if you don't ink the wood grain stamp all the way, if you don't ink it all the way, this black here, that's how it just turns to a nice texture. Night, buddy. How do I get rid of what shine? What's shiny? Oh, of packing tape? I don't, it doesn't bother me. But you could put matte medium on it or something like that. I just paint right over it. Just, you have to be aware though, if you're painting over packing tape, it really has to be dry. You have to let that bad boy, you have to let the paint on the packing tape dry like all night. You can't heat set it, because you can't use your heat gun or it'll melt the tape. But if you try to be, if you are too, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Impatient, then the next layer of paint isn't going to stick properly and it's just going to be all bad news. I need to add some spray inks to this one because this is light molding paste. So sometimes you make a really hot mess. Really hot. And other times, you know, you get something you like. But it's all fun. I enjoy every bit of it. So again, all these books were worked on all at the same time. And it's fun to have some that are, like this is a Caribou Coffee. I got in the States, there's a Caribou Coffee, you know, book. Like a junk mail book, right? Or full ephemera, whatever you want to call it. So it's fun. I like to have some books that are, you know, that are like that. Catalogs, something like that. Other books that are I made myself, like these ones that just have random papers in it, more of a junk journal. And some books that, like this one, that's made out of watercolor paper. I think, did Dee Dee send me this book? Quite possibly, a blank one. I like to have all different ones on the go at the same time. And, you know, these ones are pretty much done, or maybe just need the odd. I need to retire these. Just let them go, saying it's time to move on and do different things. Anna Griffin, Jeannie, they still have them? After all these years? The Anna Griffin stamps? Let me see if that's the right link. I like the freedom of not finishing a page. It is. Holy smokers! That's not cheap. Oh wow, that means I don't have 3 of them. Oh Jeannie, why did you show me this? Because now she added 3 other ones. That's why it's a collector's edition. There's 3 other, well, they're not really, they're like, oh sweet goodness. Jeannie, I gotta go back. Razer Frazen. Put my books back in my And because this is a rubber band book, right? These books just go in and out. So if you can store them like this, right? But if you're working, you know, if you're working them on the couch or doing whatever you're doing, um, yeah, it's 3 other ones, Jeannie, that I don't have. But you can easily pull them in and out and store them back into this to this book. So this is my the first one I made, and that's why I had that other one. Where did that other one go? Lost it. I also need to make a big one that fits this. I've already lost that other rubber band book. How is that possible? Don't answer the question. Oh, it's right here in front of my face. And I did this one on stream, but it just means that I have newer books in this one. Newer books to work on. I need to look around. I think I'm, this one's from Sherry too, from the Chicago Art Institute. And this is a handmade, like, junk journal. But I don't have very many, like, any catalogs or like that. Oh. See, here's the thing about rubber band books. Sometimes the elastics are going to break. Here's the good news. Elastics are cheap. It's $1.50 for like 500 of them. So it just means you put a new one on. Yeah, I'm going to use the Bella voice. Jeannie, no link. Eileen, listen to me. No link. Sorry, it's an inside joke. Oh, I killed myself. I kill myself. Hey, you gotta make yourself laugh, right? And I made this book out of some jelly prints and some, duct tape binding. There are recordings on these if you want to make one yourself. Um, and then I just put a sticker nation, add more fun, because these are the type of books. So if you look at some of these books in the first stages, mostly just gesso. Maybe I have a few, well, all gesso in those ones. I also have some big ones I made out of jelly prints. I need to make some more, it looks like, because I have quite a few that are in almost finishing stages. Oh, man. Drink some coffee. Yeah, sometimes during the day. Oh, you tell Bella no. Oh, Vicky, do you have a dog named Bella too? No, no what, Eugene? Sorry. Are you trying to say it with a Canadian accent? I don't think I have a Canadian accent. Well, no, mine is Canasorian. A little bit Canadian, a little bit Minnesota. I spent quite a bit of time in Minnesota. Okay, so here's another confession. Who watched Julie Faye Fan Balzer video yesterday on Sakura uh, solid markers? Who did it? I feel like doing some art now that I'm flipping through this bad boy. This page needs something, something. I think too why I do a lot of couch art. I mean, not only is it just a habit, right? From, literally having to do it. Um, it's also a good challenge. I like the challenge of only having certain supplies to use. Yeah, like what accent do we have? Newfies have accents for sure. For sure. Like, if I listen to certain people, like, I bet you if I heard Jeannie's voice in real life, we would sound the same. Very similar. Don't you know? I spent so much time in Germantown, Wisconsin, and then I went to Milwaukee, Minnesota. Uh, sorry. Milwaukee is in Wisconsin, right? I went to Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I spent months first I spent months in Milwaukee, Germantown, Wisconsin, then Minnesota, Minneapolis. Then I went to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and then I went to Buffalo. What is that city in Buffalo that I went to? Oh my goodness, why can't I think it now? North Tonawanda. I spent a lot of time in North Tonawanda. But especially in Minneapolis, there was something in Minneapolis that I just can't shake. Like quote. If you hear me say quote, or there's certain things that I really hear that accent. You have a Detroit. But it's strange because the Newfies, when I was in Newfoundland, Buffalo is a city, yeah, in New York State. Buffalo is Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls, Canada, Buffalo, New York. Yeah. So, and did anyone no, and nobody saw that but me? Solid Sakura solid markers. Now that's not my Amazon link. I haven't added it, but I did order some. Yeah, I'm telling you, I just couldn't. I can't shake it. After spending, I traveled for almost 2 years just in different states, and yeah, I can't shake that one. Can't shake it. Not that I necessarily want to. So while we're chatting, I'm just gonna do like I would do if I was in. Uh, I bought it at Amazon. So I'm going to just like if I was arting on the couch or doing whatever. I'm not teaching anything, or I mean, of course I can't help but not explain things. Oh, you know what I should do? I should cut my jelly plate. What time is this? 2:30. And I should try that patty stamping with that jelly plate. I bought them. I bought them last night, Colleen. I was that impressed. Thank you, Julie Faith and Balzer, for spending my money. She says somebody brought them to a class, but I think they're like, automotive. Mickey, hi Mickey. Your dad's from Buffalo. All right, need a cutting mat. Oh, my Genage notes. We might have to take a little break. I was only gonna stream for like 30 minutes and say, hey guys, this is my couch art kit. Oh, but first I have to use that white paint. Oh my goodness, too many things. My mind is racing. That's bad news. I don't like that when that happens. Um, Back to this. I have to use that white paint with this. Uh, this Patty stencil from Stencils. So all depending on how I feel, sometimes I overstamp and sometimes I go the other way. Oh, the video, Julie Faith and Balzer. Did I favorite it? I might have. So if you look on my Twitter, I know lots of people use the favorite button in different ways. But if I favorite something, I really favorite it because I want to see it again. Julie Balzer on YouTube. I'm sure you'll be able to find it on her on balzersdesign.com. So now what was I saying? You'll see, Teresa. I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna do what Patty showed us. Patty was the one who made me buy the big one. It's all her fault. She's quite the enabler. For me, anyway. So sometimes I, you know, do this side, and sometimes I spounce over it, and sometimes I wipe paint back, depending if I want the design to be on top or in the background, if that makes sense. If I want the negative or the positive. Alright. I'm going to hold the stencil with my left hand here. Let me see if I can try to fade it out. I definitely have some spouncer circles going on. Yes, you, Patty. So I'm trying to think, what do you guys think? Should I have it fading out like that, or should it be all solid? It's not my... Look! It was an innocent search. I was searching for carpet tape, and I did find it. It is in the link. Because I really do use double face tape all the time. It's super sticky stuff. It's really good. I just had no idea there would be gag gifts of similar things. So I like that. Faded. Yeah, there's a little fade out there. I love that. So if I was on the couch, I would be using this stencil, and I think this is called, where did it go? I don't want to get the stencil name. I was going to say that it's Echoes, but it's probably not. It is called Pyramid. I should easily remember that. Because I love Egypt stuff. Alright, put my sponsor in water here so it doesn't get dry. We were watching Dar. Poor Dar. Okay. Now, Jean's notes. Cut off 3 inches. I remember. Okay. We have the cutting board. Old Stampin' Up! One. Maybe I'll turn it on to the side that actually has... And it's warped. Big time. Okay, here's my plate. So I did buy the big one, right? Jean gave me this idea. And it's crusty. Man, oh man. Lots of crusty bits. Okay. So let me line it up. This is the 8x10 plate. So to get a 5x7, so 8, I gotta cut 3 inches off one side. Let me find my ruler. Metal edged ruler. I just had it because I'm always like playing with it on my desk here. Oh, right here. So 3 inches. 1, 2. That can't be right. That's not an inch. 1, 2, 3. And I can see right through it. Try not to put my head in the middle. Hey, my metal edge on my metal edge ruler is not there anymore. That's bad news. Alright, we'll have to use this bad boy. And I think, sorry, my head might be in the way for a second. You can look at my crazy roots. 1, 2, 3. Take a good look, because they'll be almost gone soon. Can you see them? I can't use that ruler, because it's not... Oh, perfect. Here's another one. Vintage one, but it shall be good. Okay, 3 inches. And I can see right through the plate onto that thing. Now, where's Barb? Where is some cut-resistant gloves when I need them? Why will Bella bark? Why would Bella bark? So I have a long time ago I've got this, but I got an X-Acto knife that has other, I gotta be careful. It's got a pokey tool and a smaller X-Acto knife that you can switch out. Just keep that in there. Alright. So I'm going to keep my fingers way back, and I'm going to go away from me. And there's lots of crusty bits. So here we go. I think I got it straight. Straight as I'm going to be. Am I cutting from the correct side? Yeah, because this is going to be 5 by 7, so I'm cutting 3 inches off, if that's what you mean. So we're slicing it. Now, I was never good in science class. Never interested me. I don't remember if I dissected a frog. If I did, no, I'm not sure. Sorry, my head's going to be in the way again. No, not cutting the big one. This is not going like butter, I'll tell you that. I expected it to go like butter. Is it cutting at all? I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, it's cutting. So I'm just going to keep going over and over. Eventually I might get through. So if it's not cutting like butter, it's quite possible I have a dull blade, because this one's pretty old. I'm not sure where else I would have an X-Acto knife, if I even own any other X-Acto knives. Let me rephrase that. I own other X-Acto knives, but they're all, where is it here? They're tiny. My favorite X-Acto knife, I got at Club Scrap years ago, looks like this. And it's a tiny, tiny blade. I don't know if you can even see it clearly. But it's in like a pen. Then it goes back. But it's just a tiny, tiny blade, because if I'm doing any X-Acto knife cutting like that, I thought it would be a lot smoother. Oh my gosh, how far? I've barely gotten... Let me see. Maybe it can rip now. Here we go. Look. Everybody cringe. Everybody cringe. My jelly. So as a safety manager, it's my duty, or a former safety manager, to show you how not to use an X-Acto knife. Never use an X-Acto knife going towards you like this, towards your body. You got to, right Barb? I like to go sideways or away, but never towards. I'm telling you, I think my jelly plate is, or my X-Acto knife is, this is try scissors. Cut it from the bottom. I'm almost done. Once I bent it, then it was all good. It's a little bit uneven, but oh well. When I mean uneven, it's on a slight, the edge is on a slight, oh, there's little pieces coming off because I moved my X-Acto knife. Okay, so next time I won't do that. Alright. So now I've got a 5-inch piece by, so I'm going to make a 5 by 7, a 5 by 10, and I got these measurements from our wonderful friend Jean. So I don't want to X-Acto knife this way towards myself. So and if any of my former co-workers, employees that I used to manage would be like, Paula, where's your safety gloves? Where's your cut resistant sleeves? Why are you using the X-Acto knife without any of that? They'd be all over me. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, excuse my head. You can look at my roots. You see my roots? Okay, same thing. Night, Erica. Thanks for coming. Sorry it wasn't like a, a real exciting show, just a hangout, I suppose. So much for I'm only going to stream for a little bit. That one was much easier. Easier to do. Look, so now I have a 5 by 7 jelly plate. And my goggles, that's right, I don't have any, well, see, safety glasses. I threw those bad boys out. So I've got a 5 by 3 here. Almost 5, it's just a couple millimeters short of 5 inches. A couple millimeters short of 5 inches. Figure that one out. Couple millimeters short of 5 inches. Oh boy. But my problem with my roots are blonde and my hair is dark. And I just think I look absolutely crazy. I would rather have bleach blonde hair and dark roots. Alright, so I got 5x7, 3x5, and then I got over here, this is what? 3 inches by 10. Now, how did Jean cut this? 3 inches by 10. Razor Frazen. I wrote it down, but my book is out in the, I am mixing measurements, inches and centimeters. I gotta get my hair cut. I have to get it professionally done because, my color. I had it professionally dyed real dark, if you guys remember, but now to go back from dark to light, I think you need a professional. Or I need a professional, or else I would come out with some orange hair, I'm sure. So, ATC is 2.5 by 3.5, but this is how big? What size do I want to make this? 3x5? No, what size was this again? Razor Frazen. 3. Okay, so I already have a 3x5 and a 5x7. So we make, I think she did a 3x6 and then a 3x4. Must be that's what it is. That's what she did. Yeah, 3x6 and 3x4. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. 6 inches. So I'm gonna cut. Razor Frazen, stick it. It's nice using this mat. This is an old Stampin' Up! One. Alright. So, 6 inches. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse my hair. I need a professional. I don't like... See, I've never been a person that likes the hairdresser. I tell them, I don't like people touching my hair or combing my hair, or I hate it. Drying my hair. When they start washing it, I say, I don't want the head massage. Just wash my hair and get it over with. I didn't order the glow in dark one. Glow in the dark. I ordered 2 white, black, red, blue. I forget. But they move a little bit, so they really reminded me. Now we're talking about the Sakura solid markers that I saw on Julie Faye Van Balzer's YouTube. She just did a little quick video with a quick demo, saying that she just got them herself, and she wanted to know other people's thoughts about them because she's just starting to play with them. And so cap back on, back in this container. So of course I had to run and get some. Okay, so they're a little, you can move them a little bit at first, but then after 5 minutes they dry. And then they never move again. Unlike, if you're just using a regular oil pastel or whatever, it's not permanent, right? You can continue to move it. But it goes on kind of like an oil pastel. Excuse me, I got a hiccup. Not me neither. I guess, yeah, you guys all like that stuff? I'm like, don't touch my head. I don't like it. I don't like, don't bring me for a pedicure either. I almost kicked one poor girl in the face because she tickled me. I have very ticklish feet. Very ticklish feet. Alright. So, now we got all these bad boys. Now I gotta find some blocks. So, let's see. Let's use this particular one. And I'll use the... Now, let me see if I can find the container for this. Is it right here? It should be. But another reason why I wanted to cut them up. So as you can see, when I'm arting on the couch, right? Maybe I'll use this little bit, tiny bit smaller one to show you. If I'm doing my art on the couch and I do some stenciling, lots of times, I mean, you see what I use as a palette. Lots of times I'm using a spouncer, but most of the time a makeup wedge to, you know, to stencil, to put paint through the stencil. But I watched the wonderful Patty Toley Parrish, who is Inky Obsessions here on Ustream, INKY Obsessions. The other night, couple weeks ago now, she was stamping with her jelly plate, and Jean did it too, but stamping with her jelly plate, these smaller guys. Look at these crusty bits. Let me clean this before I put it on. You know, through a stencil. So rather than using a makeup wedge, you know, I'm just going to put some paint on this bad boy, roll it on, and then you can stamp it through the stencil. We were also talking of joistages today, now that we're sharing. I've never had my eyebrows plucked. I'm not exactly a girly girl. I've always been the sporty type, or well, then I gained a lot of weight, and then I was more, well, I don't know if I was any type then. Then I just didn't care at all, I suppose. But I mean, if I wear makeup, it's eyeliner and mascara. That's pretty much it. But we were saying that I've never plucked or waxed my eyebrows either. But I have a I'm not a hairy. This is a weird conversation. But like, I don't have a lot of hair on my arms, on my. This could go south real fast. Let's change the subject. Okay, so use a Sharpie to mark the edges so you don't have to solve the jelly puzzle every time. Chase it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Solve the jelly puzzle. Alright, so this is just a big old bottle of Germ Out hand sanitizer. And I'm just cleaning a little bit of the crusty bits off. I barely have eyebrows. I really do. If you look at my the picture I have on Facebook or Twitter there, my avatar, you can see that I barely have any eyebrows. I think that my Samsung phone has that beauty thing, so it does blur it a little bit, but I mean, you look at pictures of me, and it's funny because if you know, I think I went to a Bobbi Brown makeup, you know, like we were in the States. I think I was at CHA. I think it was in Macy's. We were in the States, and um, I had one of those makeovers, and she penciled in eyebrows, and I thought I looked crazy. I thought I looked so strange with eyebrows. Oh boy. No, I knew that one was coming. As soon as I said Patty was going south, I knew it was coming. They have like they have people in the mall. Patty, every hair except for one eyelash? You still layer that puppy with 4 coats? I shouldn't be laughing. That's not a funny matter necessarily, but it is funny. Yeah, Tia Rose says her mom to dry eyebrows in. But my eyebrows are so light, I think I look funny with eyebrows, if that makes sense. Oh, and let's not talk about leg hair. Let's not go there. Especially when I'm recording. Especially when I'm recording. Oh my goodness, I'll keep my... Alright, I'm just gonna choose the first stencil I see beside me. Ooh, Ooh, let's use the one, to me, again, this one is called wrought iron. Wrought iron. Iron Gate. Dang it, I was this close. Um, here's the thing. Here's the joke about me and shaved legs. So I am famous for not shaving my legs all winter. I think a lot of people are the same way. I'm not a very hairy person to begin with. It's blonde. Whatever. I'm never out of, So both times I have broken my foot and ankle, I hadn't shaved my legs. I will never forget at work when I broke my ankle at work and all those guys around. Of course, there's no females at work but me, right? I mean, there was one of them. But anyways, and they, as a first aid responder, if somebody breaks a bone, you still have to pull up their leg, like pull back their clothing to see if you have any protrusions. And thank goodness I didn't have any bone protrusions or whatever. It's called Iron Gate by Patty Tolley Parrish at istencils.com. So I was just mortified that they had to like roll up my pant leg to see if my foot was like this, but there wasn't any bones protruding or anything, thank goodness. But I'm telling you, mortified. Mortified. What kind of weird conversations we have? No shave November. Oh boy. I refuse. I'm not out to impress anybody. That's what I say all the time. It's not like I'm filling up my own legs. So much. Oh, poor me. Poor Simon, I guess I should be saying. Not poor me. It's like, yay me, poor Simon. That reminds me. The very first, I have a distinct memory. Anyways, I am going to use this here shortly. I have a very distinct memory of the very first time I wanted to shave my legs. I think I was in like grade 5 or 6, and I was wearing pantyhose. The moral of the story is make sure you wear fresh undies and shave your legs in case you break your ankle or foot. I've now done it twice, yeah. Anyway, like I was wearing pantyhose. I want to say I was in grade 5 or 6, and the hair was protruding. Tiny. Stop it. But I was so sad. I was so, upset at school that, my leg hair was protruding through the pantyhose. I have that very distinct memory. That's random. Everybody's like, okay, that's it. They shut off their computer. Oh boy. Let us see. I'm just thinking that this book already has too much patternage going on. Oh no, let's try it here. So if I look at this, I think we need some red. So, let's try out my new red. Primary Red Basics. Yeah, and that's why, that's why. You want to see, Patty? Hold on, let me get my leg up here. Yeah, Carrie, if I did something like that, Carrie would be screenshotting that bad boy so fast to use as collateral later. Oh my goodness. Okay, so instead of, using my, where's my brayer here? Oh, by the way, I did find my other, crap the ranch. I did find my other brayer, so that's good news. Okay, I did find this one. Boy, this is sticky. Oh, just because I just cleaned it. It's like acrylic stamps. Acrylic stamps are the same way. If you clean them with soap and water, then they become super sticky. So if your acrylic stamp's not sticking to your block, that's what's happening. So I think this is going to be a pretty translucent color, actually. Yeah, exactly, Patty. You can see how this is going to go. I will shave my legs for the retreat, though. Shave my legs. I will shave my legs just for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to take this little plate now, look. And use it like a stamp pad. Ta-da! Let's add, and the fun thing is when, so not only I'm getting double duty, right? I'm getting the impression like I used a makeup wedge or a spouncer, but I also have this goodness left on the plate that has the design. So again, working in another book. Let's see if I can find a page that has a little something something on it, maybe. And maybe not the best choice necessarily, but now you can. And Patty showed us this, a couple weeks ago. It's all her fault, like I said, why I even bought a bigger one. Now, that's a bad impression because it's right over that black picture. So it's hard for you to see. But you get that extra texture too. Woo-hoo! Alright, so that red is very translucent. Let us try some black. Oh, that reminds you, I have to go to Dollarama. I have to go to Dollarama for some more black paint. I want to do it in black though for you guys to see here. Oh, maybe I have the craft paint. That might be better. What is this? Navy blue? Just as good. Craft paint. Alright, what according to me? Who's ruined with hairy legs, Artista? Drink some coffee. I know, Patty. I do have a smaller one. I have the Ranger one, which is the perfect size. But anytime I use this, the dogs start barking. They think it's a mouse. Want me to prove it? So I need to get a new one that's not the... Or lube this bad boy up. Get some WD-40 or something. I think Carrie might be sleeping. Carrie wrote, "I, Harry, love." I don't think I'm going to put this recording on YouTube, but this is a good one. It'll stay up for anybody that wants to watch the recording. Oh my goodness, that was good. Oh. Oh my goodness. WD-40. Oh my goodness. Whew. So, a little bit of craft paint. And I think when Patty showed this, again, Patty is Inky Obsessions on Ustream, and she has a recording. Patty, did you upload it to YouTube? She does some awesome, this particular technique on fabric, on shirts, and made some awesome shirts. It seems like all my paints are either separated or they just seem so translucent these days. I don't know what's going on. Oh boy, too much. Baby oil? That's a good idea. So it doesn't squeak. I mean, and it's everyone. Everybody that owns that brayer is squeaky. I don't care what anybody I've ever seen use those Ranger Brayers. I mean, look how cool that is. So depending on the size of, your block, well, see, Patty was fancy and had the circle jelly plates, so it was even cooler. It was even more awesome than this. So again, I have this goodness Let me just maybe stamp it on a piece of... Ooh! Let's look in this book. Oh my goodness, what time is it? 11:37. No wonder I'm giddy. Oh, I'm gonna be up all night. Eileen, sorry, not Eileen, Colleen. That's it. I'm done for the challenge today. I've only had 6,000 steps. That's bad news. And it's 20 minutes. That's okay. The challenge is till Friday, so I have to catch up. I have to get some late night stepping. Oh, and sometimes it stays on the block. You don't even need to use it. Technically, I mean, you probably don't even have to use the block if you didn't want to. Let's see. Here's some really old folk art dioxazine purple. Artist pigment dioxazine purple. Let's try this. This could be even more bad news. And it's quite possible that I'm not using enough paint or too much paint, you know, just like any jelly plating. No, the carpet tape's on the other side of the block. That's used for red rubbers. Red rubber stamps that don't have cling. So I keep one side that doesn't have double-sided tape on it, and the other side does have two-faced tape. Right, let me see. I got too much stuffage on the go. Oh, Colleen's been sitting the whole time too. I know, but my sister's probably, you know, pulling ahead of me as well. Let's see. Let's try this set, this one. This is 8x10 of exclusive. I like this stencil for a little bit, I think, of finishing texture. Kind of like itty bitty backgrounds, maybe. So just stampy stamp. Ooh, look at that. So a little bit of texture there. Let me see if I can get any extra off here. Maybe just making, no. I never have any luck with that. I think it's because I mean, stamp this on the other side. I just don't use enough paint, probably. Uh-oh. Are we grossing Ange out with too much hairy leg talk? Ooh. I mean, I just love that. And then you still get all these crusty bits. So you can still use these tiny guys just like you would. You know, I'm using it stamping, right? But, I mean, we could use it the same way. Let's see if we can pull a print with some. You're just doing some mini jelly printing. Patty uses massive amounts of paint. I know Jean's even said that I definitely don't use as much paint as her. And I think it's all in the practice. You know what I mean? I have to go back and watch Jean and Patty again. Rewatch it now that I, you know, have the proper tool. And see, you know, maybe what I'm doing wrong or whatnot. You think I have a piece of paper around this joint? This one has some creases in it. Jerry Ann says you should rubber stamp on your arms. Maybe Paula needs to use her stamps on her legs while she couch arts. What? Stamp on your arms? I got enough paint. I got droplets of paint on my Fitbit. Oh, I just erased it. Where about you? Did you lose your wallet? That's bad news. So I'm trying to pull a print here, so I'm just working it around like I would. So you can still pull a print just like you would on a regular. It is, I mean, it is a jelly plate. It's just a tiny one. You know, and then I could cut this one out to a perfect ATC size or whatnot. So thanks, Patty, for enabling that. I'm really going to use this on the couch, especially with white and black paint. Let me see. Let me try one with this cream. This seemed to be pretty opaque. Because even though it seems like it's a long time, let me say, this is a lot quicker than, you know, or it can be a lot quicker for me than busting out, let me see. You know how much I love the arrows. Sorry, she calls it tribal. I have my own nicknames. Patty's probably cursing me somewhere out there. I know she is. Because I call this arrows, but it's tribal squares. And I apologize, I don't use the right terms. It is my fault. Oh wait, here's a good one. I'm just going to put it right, let's see, there's some stuff here, so let me just, there's already cream there. I'm going to put it right here off the edge, I think. Oh no, you left it somewhere. Oh my goodness, that's bad news. Woo! So, I mean, I only have that little part of it, right? But, you know, it'll be real quick. I still have paint on my brayer here. Rather than brayering off in my journal or whatnot, I mean, I guess I could have stamped that other one too, but I can just move it around and stamp it again pretty quickly. But at the same time, I have some goodness left there that I'm hoping I can stamp off on something else. See how you can quickly build up texture? Rather than, you know, I shouldn't say rather. It's just another way to, I want to put some black on this one. It's just another way, different way to use your stencils. A little bit of, I need to get a new one of these. Almost use the whole thing up. That's impressive for me. That is impressive. We gotta try it with the pictographs. Craftalanche, Razor Frazzing. I need to stop arting and start cleaning. Okay, so I've got a pretty tiny block for the pictographs. It meaning, because these pictographs are larger, this is the 8x10 stencil, that I'm only going to get a couple in there at once. So I'm going to leave this because it's still got lots of black paint. Let's bring it closer to the edge, see how many I can get. Maybe 4. Wow. Okay, so there was a lot of paint on that bad boy. I need something good to stamp this on. It's too good to waste. Too good. We need some pictographs over here. Oh, hot mess. See, it also, you know, it really depends on your paint. So for example, this particular Dollarama paint is very runny. Night, Janet. See you later. It's almost my bedtime too. But sometimes, I shouldn't say bedtime. It's not anywhere near my bedtime. But it's almost time. I've been on here a while. And I was only going to be on here for a few minutes. That never happens, I suppose. So you can quickly add... Oops, not anywhere near screen. This bad boy needs a bath. I need to fill my bathtub, I think, and give some of these stencils a bath. So I just go around and work in multiple art journals like that, putting a little bit here and a little bit there. Let's see if I can stamp this right in the middle of my coffee cup. What do you think will happen? Ooh, look at that. And now all I gotta do is you know, outline it again. That's cool. Let me see if I should get in there. Oop. Yeah, there's lots. See, that's what's the good news about today's day and age. You can't use a bank machine. You can't go anywhere without being videotaped. So if somebody is fraudulent with your card, they're going to be seen somewhere. I absolutely love this. I just... Night, Patty. My bed's almost calling me, too. I shouldn't say my bed, but I am starved. Starving. As Simon would say, starving Marvin. Ooh, I got pictographs on my brayer. How'd that happen? I guess because I rolled over that stencil. Let's see if I can get any off of it. Ah, not really. That's too bad. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed some of what I did tonight. I know we looked at my couch art kit. Looking at supplies is always interesting to me. I hope it was interesting to somebody else. Now I need to figure out how to store this. I need to find a good Dollarama, because this is going to go in my couch art kit, right? But I don't want to get a whole bunch of hairs on it. So I need to figure out how to put it in my couch art kit. I think I just put it in a Ziploc bag. No, stuff happens, Ange. Don't worry about that. But anyways, what day is it tomorrow? Try it on copy paper. Yeah. Yep, me too. Oh, sweet goodness. No hair. The only hair I have is on my legs. Look, do you see any hair, Teresa? Random. Got lots of beauty marks and moles. I've got the odd rogue hair. We were talking about rogue hairs. Let's stop the recording. I think most people, by the time they get to this part of the recording, they don't watch anyways. Ziploc. Yeah, just a Ziploc. Some clear pieces of packaging. Yeah, I'll have to get those, like, from packaging. Maybe a stamp package or something. Yeah, I need, like, this type of sheet. It's good to see you, Eugene. Alright. I'll let you guys know on Twitter if I'm going to stream tomorrow. We shall see. I think I'll have to go out to the grocery store because everything's closed on Friday. And you know, going to the grocery store before a national holiday is very bad news. Put it, yeah, before I find something better, dye, I'm just gonna keep it in this package. I mean, this jelly plate's got dry bits on it. It's already kind of, hurting. You know, it's not pristine, that's for sure. It's already got a few dings, um, it's been through a few hairy situations. Night, Sandy. Cut up the plastic that came with the jelly plate. Good idea, Kia. I have some of that. Duh. I think I do. I think it might just fell in the last crack of ledge. Which is my key to go. So again, thanks everybody. Glad everybody had some fun, had some laughs and some got some supply. Got your supply porn fix for the night? Alright, I'll see everybody tomorrow, I'm sure, in the morning. Alright, see you guys on Twitter. Much love, my friends.